So last question. What do you think, and I think it's for so what do you think is there a chance for the education system of the future to actually create abundance of free people? So or should it be taken on to people like yourself that create kind of like private systems of education and spread the knowledge of people? What do you think about that?
Well, I'm doing as private citizen myself at the school system.
Yeah.
I think you read this book, I think you'll notice something that says fake money, fake teachers, fake assets.
Yeah.
The same thing. It's all one big system. The only way they can pull off the fake money is by having fake teachers. And the only way you can buy fake assets is by having fake money and fake teachers.
So it's a very good reinforcing move.
And that's why I'm just saying out here to the young people, question this. Go to school, get a job, work hard, pay taxes, save money, get out of debt. Until that is questioned. And then ask the question, why would I be saying that at the risk of going to jail if it wasn't legal? That's the question. So guys, the rich get richer is what we do is legal. We need to. That's all we do. So not paying taxes is legal. If you're in the country, it's illegal.
Any last thing you think is worth questioning for people listening?
Lane departure.
I think the key is young people. Because the system of fake money, fake teachers, fake assets, they screwed me, my generation. My generation's never going to retire. The medical expenses, this one, but then it just screwed the they screwed young people. So they're coming out of school deep in debt. That's another so the system of fake money, fake teachers, fake assets screws everyone. Not only Romania, all over. So that's really, if you think you comprehend something that big, then you can make information choices and changes.
Thank you so much, Robert, for your time. And to everyone that's listening,
Thank you.
Hey guys, this is Catalin, and I'm doing this really interesting giveaway. I just had an interview with Robert Kiyosaki, #1 best-selling author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I want to give away 10 of copies of his new book, Fake Money, Fake Teachers, Fake Assets. What you have to do is go listen to the interview. There should be a link somewhere for you to listen to it, and post on either Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever you want, or send me an email with your one takeaway from the interview. And I'm going to choose 10 of those at random, and I'm going to give them one copy of his new book, Fake. So go ahead and listen to the interview. Let me know what you think of it. Leave a comment below in the interview, and post your takeaway and win a copy of the book. Thank you so much. Robert, thank you so much for being on with us today. You're here today for a conference in Romania. I'm really excited to see how that goes, and thank you for being here. I think many people appreciate it. One thing that I would like to start talking about, because as I was talking to you beforehand, our main audience is young people. They're really looking for guidance on how they can become
Different
financially
car,
free and become free as
same parking space.
especially how it has
Could it be the same
very,
person?
very confused. So we were talking about that, like kind of emotional habits and how we respond. So let's start with that. What do you think is the main problem that people have in their mind?
That creates poor people. It's a hypnosis train going through your brain. So when people say, how do I change my life? When you change those words, I wouldn't go to school because you learn nothing about money in school. I wouldn't get a job because if I have a job, I'm an employee. And then I pay taxes. And I don't pay taxes. And I don't save money. And I use debt to get rich. And I don't invest in the stock market. That's why I'm rich. And so the young people who are listening right now, they're saying, but that's what my mom and dad said. religious.
Yeah.
The word becomes flesh. So if you say, go to school, they say, but I'll learn nothing about money. Get a job, become an employee. Yeah. If you're an employee, you work on money, you pay taxes. Then it's going to save money. Why would you save money when the government is going to take money? And get out of debt. So debt is money. I use debt to get ahead. Somebody is debt to get poor. I don't invest in stock market. I don't invest in stock market. I wonder why so many people struggle financially because they have a challenge, the hypnosis, the words, go to school, get a job, work hard, save money, get paid taxes. Until you question those hypnotic trances, you don't change. So when I was a little boy, I had poor dad and rich dad, saying,
In your head.
He's saying, go to school. My rich dad goes, what a waste of time that is,
Right.
And the way my rich dad taught me is just playing Monopoly. 4 greenhouses, 1 red hotel. I learned about money. I learned to be a capitalist, not an employee. I don't pay taxes. I use debt for money. And I don't invest in the stock market. And when I say that to adults, they get angry at me. Say, well, that's what I've done. I said, well, that's why you're poor. But when I said to young people, you have a chance. You have a chance. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying question the hypnotic trance put in your head. Because that's what keeps people poor.
And I think that's the advantage young people have, and you know that because they haven't been brainwashed.
Well, they have been brainwashed, but they have a chance to change the brainwashing.
They don't need to deny 30 years of their life.
Correct.
Because if you've been doing a job, it's like if you're doing all those things, and now Robert is going to say this, then I either can deny that or deny 30 years of my life. So it's a big, big problem. Right?
Yeah, the old guys like me, they get angry at me. So I've done that all my life. I said, yeah, that's why you're poor.
Yeah.
And they go, and they get angry at me when the economy doesn't exist out here. The economy exists in here.
Yeah.
And until you change the words become flesh. If you get a job, you're an employee. If you save money, you're a saver. And why would you save money when they're printing money? And they say invest in the stock market for your pension. Well, why would you do that? Because that's how they get your money. And get out of debt when guys like me are using debt as money. So question it. That's all I'm saying.
So, and you're saying, I think it's in your book, you said when you accept, your rich dad told you when you accept a paycheck, your brain is dead, or you stop thinking. And I think that's very powerful to people. So what do you think about that?
Well, money is a powerful force, as you know. So when I was 9 years old, growing up in Hawaii, I asked my rich dad to be my teacher, my mentor, be an apprentice to him. He says, then I'll never pay you. If I pay you, you think like an employee. And so, wait a minute. So I had to think differently. And that's what I'm challenging the millennials right now is, you have a chance yet. Don't wait till you're an old guy like me to find out my pension is gone. See, right now in America, Wall Street is robbing the pensions of the school teachers, the firefighter, and police officers. So there's going to be millions of people like me, my age, who did all. They got a job, they work hard, they save money, they got out of debt, and they put the money in a pension plan, and it's all gone.
So what do you think are some of those
I laugh, but it's kind of funny.
Yeah. And for those people, it's very unfortunate, and they think their government and the system has their back, but that's definitely not the case. It couldn't be further from the case, right?
You got it.
And
You're being screwed.
yeah,
And it starts by going to school.
yeah,
And your parents tell you to go to school.
yeah. So
And my rich dad said, what are you going to learn in school? About money. I mean, you can learn to be a doctor or a lawyer, but you learn nothing about money.
So what do you think are some of those right beliefs to have? Some of the right beliefs to have about money, about the way you create wealth, about the way you actually create the life you want. What would be some of the right ones? We know the bad ones. Go to school, get a job, all these
Well,
things.
that's not right or wrong. You see, most people should be employees.
Okay.
Because most people, it's easier to be an employee. Like when I flew for the Marine Corps in Vietnam, I'd have to run 10 times more than ever than being a pilot. So for me, it was right pay your taxes and
Right.
all that. But entrepreneurs don't pay taxes. We don't save money. We use debt as money. And everything's different. And I don't invest in the stock market. But I had to pay the price, which was get my own education, not the stuff they teach you in school.
So how do you know that you're meant to be an entrepreneur? Is there something that you need to feel? Is there something that you need to do? It can be trained to anybody. Like you said, not everybody needs it. Some people are meant to be employees and want to do that, actually. They don't want to.
Most people want to be employees. They want the paycheck, and they want the pension, they want security. And I don't blame them.
Turn left, then turn right.
Many people today don't have that choice. You know, if you lose your job, like my poor dad eventually lost his job. And then he realized going to school, getting a job, it didn't help him get a PhD. I mean, he didn't have the skills for the world. He stepped out of the academic world and onto the streets. You know, the cats ate him alive out there. Most school teachers cannot survive in the real world. Not in my world. Because they don't have the mental strength, spiritual strength, emotional strength, or the education to sustain the battles of being an entrepreneur. I have international businesses, thousands of employees. A school teacher, they don't have that. They don't fund that. But unfortunately, with artificial intelligence coming and replacing more and more people, soon Uber drivers will be out of jobs too.
Because of Tesla and all these other ones that are creating that.
Yeah, driving a smart.